A group of TikTok stars could have made $500,000 for posting TikToks, but decided not to. What happened? This is a collective known as the Sway Boys. They were the group who occupied the Sway house. These TikTokers are getting sued for basically not posting some videos to TikTok. More on that in a minute. Content houses sound ridiculous to older millennials and boomers, but they've been around for decades.
I usually try to wake up before noon-ish, shower, get ready for the day, go upstairs, up on the balcony, we meet the boys.
Production companies have put talent inside a house and let them screw, fight, and create drama for television for years before social media was a thing. The Sway House is just the next iteration. Sway Fitness LLC is suing a bunch of people I imagine you haven't heard of. If Sway Fitness is suing the Sway Collective, are they just suing themselves? Not exactly. Plaintiff operates in the fitness industry, including but not limited to development, manufacturing, and sale of supplements, equipment, and apparel. Its products are sold in nationwide retailers such as GNC. I did some digging and found the trademark for Sway Fitness. This is the Sway Fitness trademark logo. The trademark has since been abandoned. So if any of you want to start your own Sway house with a fitness product, the trademark is available for you. I did notice that the trademark owner was PhD Fitness LLC. These are the trademarks PhD Fitness LLC owns. At the bottom, I noticed numerous trademarks for JYM. This brand is owned by Dr. Jim Stoppani, who is respected in the fitness community. My guess is that Jim and his company started the Sway Fitness brand to cash in on the Sway House clout and ability to generate mass attention for its products. The defendants in this case are Blake Gray, Noah Beck, Bryce Hall, Griffin Johnson, Josh Richards, and the respective companies. Collectively, they have tens of millions of followers across all of social media.
Holly Wire! We are at Sway LA.
Yes, sir!
With all these cool kids. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
You're going to give us a house tour.
Yeah, you want a house tour?
The original Sway House is located in an upper-scale Los Angeles neighborhood called Bel Air.
Let's do it, let's do it.
Welcome to the Sway House.
A bunch of 21-year-old kids occupying a mansion in Bel Air strictly to make entertaining content for TikTok. What can go wrong?
In Bel Air.
Yes,
Bel Air
beautiful.
is like a pretty hype place in LA.
Oh, it's so cool.
The houses around here, this house.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
This business model has proven pretty lucrative for talent agencies. You'll see some numbers in just a minute. The Plaintiff LLC was created in March 2021 to establish a fitness brand around the activities taking place in the Sway House. The creators would help sell Plaintiff's fitness-related products like supplements, equipment, and fitness apparel. The house is currently listed for rent at $17,500 per month and also listed for sale at $6.5 million. How the business model works is the talent agency pays the rent and the expenses for the creators in exchange for management fees. The managers will help find brand deals for the creators and take a percentage, generally 10 to 20%. They also will assist the talent in finding new revenue sources and take a cut as well. My guess is Talent X, the management company for the Sway House, helped facilitate the business agreement between Sway Fitness LLC and the creators. On or about November 4, 2021, Sway entered into a sales agreement with GNC whereby GNC agreed to sell Sway's products online and in its stores nationwide. GNC is a popular retail store for fitness supplements. Think of how insanely lucrative this was for the talent. They live in a Bel Air mansion rent-free. Their manager made all of the connections to start a fitness brand, and on day one, have GNC agree to sell their products in their retail store.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Triller House! Triller House! We're the Sway Boys in the Triller House.
We're now Triller Boys. The Sway Boys are now Triller Kids.
The last financial report I could find was 2019, which indicates GNC had over $2 billion in revenue. Kind of a big deal to get your products into a billion-dollar revenue brand's retail stores before you even launch. Not exactly something your everyday Joe can do. Promises to promote Plaintiff's products on the social media accounts of Sway House and the individual defendants. Plaintiff produced an initial run of products intended for sale and distribution through GNC. All of the talent signed agreements that they would promote the products on their social media accounts to help generate sales. Given the tens of millions of followers they had, they likely would have generated a lot of sales from the jump. GNC subsequently issued purchase orders and rendered payment to Plaintiff in the approximate amount of $606,065.76. This initial payment from GNC was used to cover Plaintiff's production costs for the initial run of products. Sway Fitness spent over $600,000 on the first batch of products, giving you an idea of how much they were expecting to sell. Creator-led businesses are the next big wave. This could have been a multi-eight-figure company the second the TikTokers started promoting. The initial launch of products went into GNC stores in January 2022. The plaintiffs are alleging that the TikTok stars never promoted the fitness products, so they were mostly unsold. Due to the poor sales, GNC has exercised its contractual right to return all unsold products to plaintiff, and plaintiff must repay approximately $390,000. It's a good thing the Sway House is massive because all of that extra product is going to need about 10 empty rooms to store. So to keep the house in order, the company is assigning content quotas for its creators and leaning on the experience of co-CEOs Fishman and Wilhelm and creative director Nick Bean, or as they more appropriately are labeled as the babysitters of the house.
See, manager doing managing things on a managing phone.
This is his managing area where he manages stuff.
This is the pool house. I am the pool boy. We have the kitchen over here.
I'm sure a lot of you despise this TikTok-driven influencer economy, but I think it would be a pretty dope job to have an office at a $10 million Bel Air mansion wearing casual attire. How the Sway House made enemies of their neighbors. Neighbors say the party boys of Sway House are not a welcome addition to the block. If those neighbors were smart, they would have extorted the Sway boys into collabing with them for the boosted clout to avoid having the cops called on them. We know their promotions were worth at least $500,000. Just a joke. The Sway boys may have stayed in Bel Air, but I think they made a little bit of an upgrade. The new Sway House is magnificent and sold in March 2022 for only $6.1 million. The house was built perfectly for producing content for social media. I'll dance in front of a camera if this is what I wake up to every day. This Dirt.com article alleges House $1 Million listing stars Josh Heather Altman by sprawling Bel Air compound. Josh Altman thrives on drama in his TV show, but I have a feeling he won't want a bunch of TikTok stars dancing in the backyard of his new house. The complaint alleges that the defendants breached their contract by not adhering to the following terms: 1 YouTube video per quarter promoting the plaintiff's products, failing to participate as talent in the plaintiff's YouTube content at least twice per quarter, failing to post 1 TikTok per quarter, 2 Instagram stories per quarter, and failing to post the requisite content to the plaintiff's social media account. Truthfully, the amount of posts was pretty minimal given the potential upside. The products had their branding as the logo even if they weren't direct owners. The plaintiffs also alleged that Blake Gray actively promoted the brand and products of a competitor, Zila Fitness. Zila is the brand that Ilya from David Dobrik's crew started a couple years ago. Maybe Blake forgot he was under contract with Sway Fitness, but generally not a good idea to promote a competitor's product while you haven't fulfilled the obligations to the prior contract. The Sway LA official Instagram has this post from April 2022 that includes the Sway boys and the Sway Fitness product in the bottom right of the image, so they were able to post at least 1 piece of content. The plaintiffs are pursuing an amount not less than $500,000. A crew of TikTok stars live rent-free in a Bel Air mansion, but at Sway House you have to meet your content quota. It sounds like these TikTokers weren't able to post a couple pieces of content every month and now face a $500,000 liability claim. Talent X recruited 32 TikTok and YouTube stars for their talent agency while also assembling a team of 12 influencer marketers. While the news articles covering 20-year-old TikTok kids dancing around a mansion are funny and lead some to comment about the destruction of modern civilization, this is clearly the next massive business model. Many production companies made huge business out of content houses during the television era, but this is now the social media era. Talent X charges a cost per view of between 3 and 8 cents on YouTube and 1 to 2 cents on TikTok. For those of you interested in what many influencers get paid, that's a pretty clear breakdown and good estimate industry-wide. Here are the current Apple Podcast rankings of shows featuring members of Sway LA, with 4 separate podcasts including members of Sway LA. In addition to the podcast, the talent also generates revenue by posting videos like this one on the official Sway LA Instagram account. This post is marked as an ad for Peacock TV. With nearly 300,000 views, this post probably generated between $30,000 to $50,000 for the group. This is another example of a sponsored post from Magic Spoon that likely generated tens of thousands of dollars in revenue for the collective. It appears that Sway LA has been done for over a year, but their breach of contract is still with them, as I imagine they'll look to settle to avoid expensive litigation. Thanks for watching.